All right. Episode 20, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's episode 20. This is the second of a double. It's the second of back-to-back episodes.
Because we were late.
We were life's going to catch up with you no matter what you do, no matter what you try to say. You make plans. You try to make plans to do this or do that, and then life's going to catch you. It catches up with you. You have to work around life. So, like I said, we just finished chapter 4, a short chapter, short episode, by the way. It's the shortest episode we've done so far. And Just a Dream was the end of chapter 4. Doorway to Love, now we're on chapter 5. And like I said before, we have 16 chapters to go. Or to do, should I say. 16 chapters to do. There's 16 chapters overall. And this is chapter 5. And throughout all my experiences and jobs and stuff, I spent most of my jobs doing fast food my first few years. 14 to 15 to 16, I was doing lawn care. And 17 to 18, 19, 20, something like that, I was doing fast food. And then I got back into lawn care to about 24, 25, 26, and it just kept going from there. I mean, going from job to job, never could get settled. That's all right. I mean, I kept going. I kept moving forward. I kept fighting, just like I'm doing now. I'm having to start over again. I got laid off, and I had to find another job. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the pile again, on my way back up. That's life. I mean, but you can't let life take you down. You can't let life run you. I mean, some people, they have jobs 20, 30, 40 years, and they retire from that job, and they got a pension plan, and they're rich. They're well-to-do. And others, they struggle to the point they flat out give up, and they go live on the streets and become homeless. And there's guys like me.
They keep fighting. Even though life's a struggle, even though I have to fight for everything I know, everything I've earned, everything I have, I've had to fight for it. Nothing has ever come easy for me. Besides
struggles. But you know, I keep a positive attitude, and that's what you have to do. You have to keep a positive attitude, no matter what. Don't let life change who you are.
Be stronger than life.
Don't let life change you. If you have a kind heart, keep the kind heart. No matter what life throws at you, you keep the kind heart.
It gets rewarded in the end.
Eventually, you will get it rewarded. Eventually, you will get rewarded in some way, form, or fashion.
Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's gigantic.
Yeah, sometimes it's small, sometimes it's huge. But accept what you have and be content with what life gives you. You know, and like here, I've been writing poems since I was 12 years old, and I have steadily struggled or fought, not just for job, for life, but to get my stuff noticed, heard, my story, my poetry, my life story through poetry. And I've tried a local paper one time. Now I'm still working on trying to do in the local paper, getting poems published in the Benton Courier. It's called a Benton Courier, by the way. And there's a old poetry contest I would enter. Now all I would ever get was a Golden Poet Award or a Silver Poet Award. It's a piece of paper that says, "Hey, we got your poem, ha ha." You know, I mean, I want more than just to say, "Hey, we got your poem, ha ha." I want some recognition for it. I want to be recognized. You know? I want to be published. But I got some good stories. I think I got some good stories. I think I got some stuff that can be fun to make a story out of, make a novel, make a movie. I've got some good ideas. It's just I could never
Get it going.
I could never get it going because nobody would want to take me serious. And of course, you know, if you do your history, artists, the artists with the least recognition are your writers. They always get recognized toward the end of their tenure.
When they're dead.
When they're dead. Musicians, painters, athletes, stuff like that, they get recognized now.
Painters are the same way, I think, actually.
Yeah, painters, no. They get
nowadays, but back then, painters had a hard time as well.
Now they get recognized.
Oh look, I taped a man to the wall. Art.
Artists now, they get recognized. People that novelists, writers, always have a difficult time getting recognized. Some break through, like Stephen King, Steven Spielberg. He's a director actually, but he's also a writer. They break through. Robert Frost, they break through. But others, sometimes they're long gone.
What was the chick's name that wrote the Harry Potter books?
I know J.R.R. Tolkien did The Hobbit. I don't remember the Harry Potter lady.
There's some controversy with her these days.
Huh?
There's some controversy with her these days, apparently.
Yeah, because of her storyline. You got the woke movement. Everybody's going to cancel this and cancel that.
Oh, she doesn't like this. She
It's
doesn't
a
agree with
story.
my statement.
It's a story for God's
Evil.
sake. It's a story for God's sake. It's a person's dream. It's a person's idea. It's a person's thought process. And everybody takes offense to when one person says or does, then we got a problem.
It's kind of funny because when they tried to cancel the person that wrote the Harry Potter books, it backfired and it sold more video games than it would have without them interfering. Which I find.
Well, the thing you have now is you got comedians using it in their comic.
Because it's funny as shit.
It's funny. Laugh at it. Joe Coy makes jokes at it. Laugh at it. That one dude, what's his name?
Jeff Dunn?
No, not Jeff Dunn. The buff dude, the new guy. You know what I'm talking about. The buff dude that's a really got the hair. Women always flirt with him at his concerts.
I don't remember. Is he Asian?
No, he's always talking to the crowd. He always doing crowd reactions.
I don't remember. I think I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, all this.
Didn't the woman go through his bra?
All these stand-ups are actually using it in their comedy acts because if you can't learn to laugh at race, religion, politics, and all this other stuff, if you can't learn to agree to disagree, so to speak. If you can't agree to disagree, if you can't learn to agree to disagree, there it is.
Like I have multiple friends that are atheists, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, everybody has their own idea. Here's the thing. I'll sit around this subject real quick. If everybody thought the same way, this would be a boring ass planet.
Yeah.
It would. It'd be so freaking boring. We would all be. We'd be boring. We'd be no character. Everybody is different. So everybody has a different character. If you don't like that person's character, stay the hell away from him. Don't like what he has to say? Plug your ears. Don't listen to him. It's that simple. You ain't got to go forcing your ideals on somebody because you want them to believe the way you believe. You don't have to do that. That's just dead wrong. You're not going to change who I am to make you happy. I'm sorry. It's just, you're not going to do it. It's like trying to find peace in the Middle East. Muslims and Jews have been fighting for thousands of years. And you want to find some sort of peace over there? You're not going to find peace. This is 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years of hatred.
And it's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5,000 more years of trying to find peaceful solution to get an actual peaceful solution, because they hate each other that damn much.
Not all of them. But
not all of them.
The governments hate each other.
The governments do hate each other, but not all of them. But there's just some. There's some that can live in harmony.
It's like Russia and Ukraine. They're fighting, yes, but that's the government fighting.
And that's something else too. The Chinese don't hate us. The Russians don't hate us.
The governments do.
The governments hate each other. They hate their ideals. They hate the rules. They hate the way they try to push themselves on each other. But you get them on a space station, an international space station, they don't talk about what's going on down here.
They just chill.
They just chill. And they enjoy each other's company.
I've heard of stories about a Chinese person that was sent up to spy and he just didn't do his job because he was hanging out with his buddies the entire time.
Yeah.
Just nope.
People really don't care.
He lied and said, "Oh, I didn't find anything. I didn't even move to the United States." And
however, the North Koreans are taught. Now there are, excuse me. Now there are nations that teach their people to hate Americans.
North Korea.
North Korea is one of them. That dude went in there and did he was allowed to go in there and do some interviews, and all of them said America was evil. America's evil. Kill Americans. Kill America. Kill Americans. And so you want to kill me? He said, when he asked that question, because he's an American, we asked, so you want to kill Americans? Do you want to kill me? And the citizen said, well, he couldn't respond.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what they're taught. That's what they're taught. And it's the same thing with racism. You're not born with it. You're taught it.
Mm-hmm.
You're taught.
Everyone's born a pure child.
Everyone's born of purity. You're taught. The hatred part of it is taught.
You're taught sin.
You're taught to be a certain way. And if you close your mind off and you get your mind in a narrow pathway, that's all you're going to see is what you're shown. If you broaden your mind and open it up and see the story from all perspectives, you'll realize what you're being taught is bullshit. Because what's going on really...
My friend Casey is so pure. I have to explain dirty jokes to her sometimes. Like, what does this mean? And he's like the most like. It's kind of funny because it'd be a really easy joke to understand, but she doesn't get it because she's that pure.
Yeah.
Some people are just taught different.
And they are, and it's and that's what people don't understand.
Like she doesn't understand innuendos.
That's what people don't understand. People also, when they get these government things going on, and they have this, the government talks about race and religion and politics. What the people don't understand, you're being used as puppets. All they're doing is getting your vote. All they're doing is getting you to follow them. Follow their way of life. That's all they're doing. They don't care. They can give a crap. Even dictatorships, they don't care about you as the people. They don't. The government doesn't care about its people. The government cares about power.
They want money and power.
They want money. They want power.
Control.
They want control.
And they're not getting it, and it's making them mad.
And what they do stuff like this to get your vote. They get you to follow them. And then, that's their job. Their job is to get you to vote for them. And so they'll use what's been
dirty tactics.
They'll use dirty tactics to get you
to vote for them.
To get you to vote for them.
Oh, let's make a problem so we can fix it.
And it's called mudslinging. That's what it's called. If you look it up, it's called mudslinging. And people mudsling at each other. They try to make the other person look bad so they can get the vote.
And then they make a problem and they fix it. Like, oh, I fixed this problem.
Yeah, and then they take a problem,
make it
that's already been created by them,
and then they fix it.
Then they fix it,
and said, "Oh, we fixed this.
Yeah,
You're
well,
better than this person."
we did this, and then you get that way you vote for them again. But as far as really caring for your well-being,
They don't give a shit.
they don't care. When the government says trust us,
Don't
don't trust them. Trust in yourself.
trust us. You're safe.
Trust in yourself. Play the system. Play the system. Don't ever put your trust. Don't you trust yourself. Don't ever put your full trust into a deity like the government and a cult. Don't ever put your full trust in it. Trust your emotions and trust how you feel. I think that's a good way to say it. Trust how you feel.
Trust your gut.
Use what's given to you, but don't expect it to stay that way. Like for gas, like the gas issue. Gas 3 years ago was about $1.99, $2. Now it's $3. Then went up to $3.59. Now it's back down to $3.29. With every different change of power, everything else changes. So everybody freaks out about it and says, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And the government says, "Well, we'll take care of this. We're gonna do this for you. We're gonna do that for you. We're gonna do that for you." I don't play that game. I don't go on that route. I live my life the way I've been living my life for the past 54 and a half years. I don't freak out when gas prices go up. I don't freak out when food goes up.
You complain.
I complain because it's stupid. It's dumb. It's ignorant. Because there's nothing on the face of this planet that's caused it to go up. They just want their money. Yeah, so that's another thing too. And the government gives you $25,000. It's not free. You're going to pay it back.
Like there was a bridge, and a ship crashed on the bridge recently, and it's really suspicious.
Well, yeah, they need money.
It literally increases the trade route time, increasing the amount of money it costs.
Yeah, it's all about money. All these these disasters, these buildings, these bridges, these wars. It's all about money. It's all about profit. Most of them are all about money and profit.
And control.
And control and power. And we have to understand that and not freak out, not go in panic mode. Just live your life the way you always live your life. Just make the adjustments. When things change, when the government changes stuff, when costs go up, when this happens or when that happens, just make the adjustment. Make the adjustment, go on living your life, and not worry about it. Because the more you worry about it, the more you're concerned about it, the more it's going to bother you. And the more dependent you're going to get on the government. That's what they want. They want you to be dependent on them. They don't want you to be dependent on themselves. Anyway, back to my stuff here, the paper. And what I was doing with the paper thing, like I said before, they want you to write poems to go along with the seasons. And this season was Halloween. Like I said, I was still going through the paper, and I was, and the subject matter was Halloween. So I came up with a teacher whose students had accosted her and cut her and decapitated her. And her corpse came back to get revenge. So that was my Halloween poem. And it was clean enough to go into the paper. They didn't want you to be gross or disgusting or too out of whack. They wanted to be able to be child friendly, so to speak. And I know, there's two just all child friendly, but if you listen to the poem, it's PG-13. This was not R-rated. They didn't want R-rated poetry in their column. They wanted to keep it sort of PG-13 type stuff. So I had to be careful with how I wrote it. So this is my poem I wrote to go along with the Halloween theme. or for the column of the paper at this time. So to say this teacher goes after the people that hurt her and take their heads and curse them to wander around as a walking corpse trying to find someone else's head to replace one that was taken from them. So kind of the idea of the point. So here's,
good horror movie.
huh?
Good horror movie.
Yeah, it would make for a good horror movie. See what I'm saying? This would make for a good horror movie. Anyway, the headless teacher. I am scared. I am frightening. I'm a man that's not delighting, as I am without a head. I'm now a man that is dead. I am the headless teacher. Each day, I'm getting weaker. I walk the streets at night alone. Every now and then, I do a moan. I walk at midnight very gladly, 'cause I want to scare you badly. I know you're out there Halloween night, and that night is the night I just might catch you and make you very dead. Then in the morning they'll find you without a head. Now it is you that grows weaker. Sweet revenge is mine, the headless teacher. You like that one? See, it's a good story, right? It made for a good, compelling, short, like an anthology of horror movies she put together. Made for a good anthology. Of course, I said woman in the prelim, but I used a man in the point, but it just made for a better story. But anyway, that was my Halloween rendition for the paper. So it's pretty good. It's kind of eerie. But as I said before, as I got older, I got my driver's license. Me and my sister Sherry and Greg and sometimes Marshall riding with us. Amy every now and then. Amy was too busy doing her own thing. I don't really keep up with her. But families, blood is always thicker than water. Families just stick together, no matter how you treated each other when you was kids. We still had issues. But every now and then we would get together and go to the malls and drive around. Sometimes we were driving around, we'd honk at people. And we'd wave at them.
Hi.
Random people, we'd honk and wave.
They
would just look at us like, what the hell?
It reminds me of me and Isaac annoying Rhonda on what's it called? Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
Well, that one part. Every time we had the windows cracked, every time we passed group, Lucky! Lucky! And they just look at us, the fuck?
But, what are they going to do? Call the cops? You honk at them, wave at them, they'll get you like the, what? Who are these people? Well, we do that a lot. We stop and do stupid shit. One time it was had a fireworks. It was the 4th of July. We all got together at night with some other friends from Greg's side of the family, some cousins of his. I forget who was all there. But we had a bottle rocket war, and we'd all decided to go into a grocery store one day. We were bored. It was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It was an all-night grocery store. There was about 6, 7 of us, and we all just walked in there and grabbed a grocery basket. Didn't get nothing. Didn't buy a damn thing. Just pushed the baskets to different parts of the store and then walked back out. The cashier and the clerk was like,
Why?
What are y'all doing? They just looked at us. We didn't look them in the eyes. We could tell. We can feel their eyes on us. It's like, what are you guys doing? That's all we did. We didn't cause any problems. What are they going to do? Call it all? Police officer, we got 7 lunatics here. Just come in and grab shopping carts and push the shopping carts. And police officer going to say, did they steal anything?
No.
No. Click. That's basically what's going to happen.
If a cop's on a bad day, they'll probably get you for disturbing the peace.
Also one time we back in the day, you had payphones, and payphones darted about every other block going down Main Street. You don't have payphones anymore because you got this crap here, so you don't need payphones. But back then, before you had the cell phones, you had payphones. And there was a trick on the payphones that you can dial a number, hang it up, and the phone would ring. I forgot the trick. It was like 411, 1411, or 114 or something. It was I forgot the number. I think maybe 411. I don't know. But you can dial this 411 or 311 or something, and then hang it back up, and it'll ring. And we walked down one side of the street, doing every single payphone we came to. They walked back down the other side of the street. And as we started walking back down the other side of the street, we could still hear the phones ringing on the other side of the street. Because they'd ring about 10, 20 times before they start ringing, waiting for someone to answer them. Well, they'd ring about 10, 20 times. So we had about 10 to 20 phones ringing all at the same time. Because we were bored. But yeah, that's just some crazy shit we did. You can't do it anymore because you don't have the payphones no more. But when you had the payphones, yeah. And you can do that at home too. Any dial tone phone at one point in time, pick the phone up, dial these 3 little letters, hang the phone back up, and it rings. We pranked grandma. You pranked your grandma one time, your grandpa. My grandma, my grandpa, we pranked them a bunch of times. We pranked them. We waited. We get over there when they're not looking, pick the phone up, walk off and sit down on the table, back to playing games. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. And grandma or your Aunt Debbie or a bunch of answer the phone. Hello? Hello? And we're sitting there just trying to stop them breaking out laughing. And then they'd realize what happened. So Greg, Marcia, Stephen, or Monroe at the time, they knew it was us. After they found out there was nobody on the phone line, they saw us laughing on the distance and on the other side. But yeah. So some zany stuff we did. Around playing putt-putt golf, girls went to the club a little bit sometimes, danced. Me and Greg went to play putt-putt golf. So I wrote a poem, real short, real simple. Little sister, big brother, crazy cousin. So I wrote a poem about our little antics, a little zaniness. We're out here running around. There are 3 of us, and we all get down. So when you go out at night, watch for us. We are out and about somewhere, so when you see us, we might toot our horn and wave. Waving at you not to cause any trouble, just to have pure enjoyable fun. So don't get mad or go into panic. Just join us and have fun too. I say 3 of us because it was usually me, Greg, and Sherry. Marcia, like I said, every now and then she would join us, and every so often my cousins Chad and Stacy would join us. Some of Greg's cousins would join us. Some friends of theirs, I don't remember the friends that some joined us. Heather, the girl I met, she would join us at the mall sometime. Me, Greg, and Marcia, Sherry went to the mall. We'd have fun. And sometimes when you as you're going through relationships, you get bored, you get lonely, and you fantasize. Well,
What kind of fantasize?
you fantasize.
Titties.
Anyway, you fantasize. So,
But right?
so I figured I'd write a poem about a guy fantasizing. So I was laying on my bed one day, deep in thought. I thought, what would it be like to feel the softness of a beautiful woman as she would caress and love on me, then crawl across me to my lips to kiss me? And I was listening to my music, and I was, it would be interesting to how that would feel in words. Smell her essence there. And so I came up with a poem called Fantasy Girl. So I took the next step. Instead of just a fantasy, I made it a poem. And every guy has his fantasy. Every guy you've ever talked to, and even girls, women, they have these kind of fantasies too. They be laying there sometime. They be in the mood. They start caressing themselves and touching themselves, fantasizing, but then they realize there's no one there. It's just, it's just a fur of the moment. And they wish somebody was there. They want someone there, but there's no one there. So they got to take care of it themselves. So, and Fantasy Girl is pretty much what kind of poem this is. It's exactly what it is. It's about a guy laying down on his bed, fantasizing about having a female companion. As I lay back on my bed, I would close my weary eyes. I come to fantasize about two hands. They would caress and love on me. Soft, warm skin would press against my body. I would hear a soft and gentle voice, the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. Her warmth became too much for me to resist, so I reached out to take her into my arms. I would make the mistake, though, of opening my eyes. From what I did, there was no one there. The reality became a major letdown, for I still felt her presence there. A soft voice will whisper in my ear, "Next time, keep your eyes closed, and I won't go away." That was Fantasy Girl. As I mentioned earlier in other segments, sometimes you would just blurt out something that sounds good together. And this is one of them. You're a poet, and you didn't know it. Everybody says that. So one day I just I had to put it into a poem. Real short, real simple, kind of fun if you think about it. You're a poet, you didn't know it. You're a poet when you say something or do something romantic with words, or you blurt something out that sounds good together and sort of rhymes. You didn't know it because you don't pay attention to what you're saying. You don't listen to what you're saying, and then you lose it, and it becomes forgotten art. So, next time you say something that sounds interesting or intriguing, write it down or remember it. And then, maybe you can use it another time. Because that's how phrases and wisdom, philosophers, that's how they come up with their stuff. They say they put their stuff down together, and they try to make sense of it, and they put it into they edit it and put it into a transcript, and then let you read it, and then they try to teach you from it. It is an art to create
phrases and words that go together, and it is an art. People that say it's not an art, it is. It's artistic, and that's how they came up with a poem, a book of syllables, poem syllables. I have one somewhere. It's in my bookshelf over there. I'll get it out someday and I'll show it to you. But that's how they come up with these rhyme schemes, and that's how they do them. But we're done here. I think it's the first of chapter 5. We will go into episode 21 as soon as possible. But for now, enjoy these 2 episodes here. The last of chapter 4 and the beginning of chapter 5. And thank you for listening. Thank you for getting involved. I noticed my episode 18 had at least 60 views this time, because I'm having a hard time getting viewers, but this one here had 60 views on the most I've gotten so far on my story. Thank you. I appreciate it. And as we continue forward, the stories are getting more intriguing, more interesting. Like I said, we're at 21 years old now, so we're getting closer to where I am now. It's just going to take a little bit more to get there. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So until next time, take care of yourselves. And we'll see you soon.